Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Sega TK. Back with another video. I just want to apologize for the lack of uploads and the mini hiatus. I had a bunch of real life stuff to sort out basically, and I've been a bit busy with that. Um, so yeah, we should be back now. I'm gonna try to get more videos out consistently, and let me know what you want to see in the comments as well. So it gives me a bit of an idea of what to post. I don't mind keeping the content educational if that's what people need help with. But yeah, let me know what you want to see, if it's going to be ranked highlights, or do you want to see some streaming stuff, or do you want to see more educational, only educational. Let me know, man. But yeah, today's topic is going to be on how to open up defensive players or turtles. A lot of people have come to me in the past and even to this day asking me like, oh, how do I open up defensive players or players that don't press anything with Steve, or people that never duck, blah blah blah. And I see this question asked quite frequently, so I thought to myself, let me share what I know regarding that topic. Some of it's going to be Steve related, but some of it will be general tech and stuff. So yeah, sit back, enjoy, and then yeah, we'll dive into it, man. All right, let's get into it. So before I start sharing some stuff, I just want to explain that one of Steve's weaknesses has always been turtles, because he's not a 50-50 oppressive offense character like at his core, whatever. Everyone kind of is in Tekken 8. Like, you got a bunch of Lionheart stuff, which does make him a nuisance in terms of offense, and right weave is really good, blah blah blah. But that's all defensive. Like, you can use right weave offensively and defensively, but like these tools like right weave and not back free are best utilized defensively. He's not gonna run up to you and do like power low into +5. Like, he doesn't have like a Fak forward 3 or a Brian Hatchet or a Hell Sweep to like open you up and get you to duck. You kind of can just get away with just standing still and just never ducking, and then just trying to make a big call out on a high, like flicker one down one, or call out on 1-2-1, or call out on back one. Because he's a timing based character at his core. So one of his key weaknesses will be highly defensive players who know the matchup. So I just want everyone to understand that it is going to be difficult. Even with these tips, it is still going to be hard to open up someone who does know the matchup, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. Because like I said in the intro, I fight people at my ranks in GOD1 who just stand still and never duck, and you have to get creative with your offense. So one of the ways I like to do so is, as simple as it's gonna sound, but like actually use your lows and understand why you're using your lows. So the main lows I like to use in neutral is, whoops, I didn't mean to do that, but peekaboo down one is really good. Tracking low +2 on hit. So if you do peekaboo down one into peekaboo 1-2, your peekaboo jabs are I12 and you're +2, so your jabs are guaranteed. But this is, go watch the peekaboo guide for all that stuff. We're not going to get into that. What's guaranteed. Down 2-1 is absolutely fantastic. Again, all of these do nothing in terms of damage and stuff. Like, you're not going to get massive reward like fat plus frames and stuff. But Steve is all about mind games, which is what we're going to get into. Peekaboo down one, really good. Down 2-1, really good. Down one, really good. QCF2 I use a lot, but you don't have to. The reason why I like this low is because it's very far reaching, as you can see. I'm at range 2.5, 2.6, and it hits. And this is most damaging low, like single hit. So QCF2, really good, right? But it's launch punishable, so yeah, again, it's launch punishable. Don't use stuff like Peekaboo down 2, because I-28, reactable. This is technically his most damaging one, but no one uses this because like it's I-28. Anyone past like fucking Tekken King is gonna react to this. So why do we use Steve's lows? So the logic behind this is, if you have someone that's just stand blocking, like literally Jin, I've got him set to stand block, he's not gonna duck, he's just gonna block everything away from an opportunity, whatever. You wanna nip away at their ankles with the lows and then see how they react. So all of these are basically just information finders at its core. This is an information finder, this is an information finder, how does he react? If your opponent chooses option A and they just want to stand there and keep taking the lows and losing life, then all you need to do is you build up a life lead, 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 and now you've taken away at least a quarter of their health. Just don't overextend and do something stupid like a flicker one down one and get duck launched. You can now play the waiting game on them and wait for them to come in. You don't have to rush in and start doing like running twos and get your ass side walked. You don't have to rush in and go for up back two and get ducked. Like, now you wait, now you backdash and you chill at this range and you go back and forth and you chill. And then they're gonna have to come in and attack, and then that's where Steve is really strong. When someone's like rushing in, trying to build their life lead back or like equalize or whatever, you can snap them with a back one, keep out 1-2-1, keep out down 4-2. You can weave certain things, as you know. You can do like pokes into up back three, blah blah blah. So that's the first thing you can do, is just use your lows as a way to gain a health lead and then wait for them to come in. Because if they really want to stand there full screen doing backdash wars, but they have less health, eventually they're going to have to attack. And that's when you can place your counter hit buttons, right? So that's what you can do for option 1. Option 2 is, again, using the lows as information, but start employing the mind games behind the lows. So if you have someone that's going to start checking after doing lows, so let's say you do like down 1 and like we'll set Jin to do like down forward 1 or jab or whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll set Jin to do down forward 1 after, yeah. So let's say every time I do down 1, he started doing his down forward 1 now to check. This is information because you can then do sidestep into button. So if he was just adamant on standing still and looking for an opportunity to attack, a lot of people will wait for you to do a low and then they're going to try and take their time back. This is really common as well. They get hit with a low and they just mash anything, right? So if you do your down 1, he's broken with down forward 1, you can then do sidestep into button and kill him. Stuff like this. This is all information. Again, the same goes for other lows. If I do my peekaboo down 1 and he's down forward 1ing and I have a read, peekaboo 2 him and he's gone. Free heat engage, bang, you just open them up because you did a low and you retain that information, right? Same with down 2-1 now. If I do down 2-1, dark cancel, he's doing down forward 1, okay, let me see again. I'm playing safe, maybe single jab, okay, down 2-1 again, bang, down forward 1, okay, cool. I'm gonna store this information in my brain. Let me go again. Down 2-1, down forward 1. Okay, now next time, yeah, you can either save this for the next interaction or you can save this for the final round. Let the full string rip here and blow that guy up, man. Down 2-1-2, bang, counter hit launcher. Take him to the wall, do your combo, bish bash bosh. 89 damage all because you stored information. So yeah, his lows aren't like devastating, like one hit single lows like hatchets and hell sweep, whatever, but like if you can retain some information, you can follow up and then like blow them up for doing said move, you know what I mean? So yeah, his lows are really good. Abuse them. Use them to build a life lead, see what they do after the low, or use them to just basically nip away their ankles. But you have to be very aware of how your opponent reacts. But yeah, that's the main option I like to do, is like actually using the lows and then just making a note of how they react. So let's get into the next one. Alright, so the next philosophy or idea, whatever technique you want to call it, you can employ is abusing the stance mix. This is the Tekken 8 way of opening someone up. You're going to have to do this eventually. The best of the best thieves even do this. I'm not going to put myself in that category, but people like Stroke, people like BAMS, people like DFP, eventually they're going to use the line hold stuff, the guard breaks, etc. because it gives free follow-ups and it's literally a way to stop people from blocking. The downside about this is, again, it leads into the 50-50 call, which we all know and love, right? So it is a 50-50 because if they duck the high, the line hard 1+2, they duck launch you. If you get the guard break off, you get guaranteed damage and some momentum and some pressure, right? So yeah, the second way is to abuse the Tekken 8 way. So you will see me and other high level steves, if my opponent isn't doing anything and is adamant to stand there, I will do stuff like this. Or stuff like this. I'll back 2 into guard break, or I'll back 2 into line hard 1 and I'll see. This is a mix, bro. At its core, this is a mix. A lot of people, again, will be willing to eat this and just take the guard break. You can do your 2-1 plus 13 into peekaboo pressure to do your guard break. I like doing 1-1-2, leaves you +8 and then duck cancel. I'll explain why I like doing 1-1-2, or you can do 2-2. Max damage +6. Those are your 3 options after guard break. But again, the reason why you should abuse the stance pressure is because look, you have your line hard 1, which is a homing mid wall split and heat engager that leads you into stance. So again, you can keep cycling this and just going for line hard 1, but you're basically making your opponent guess and you're doing chip damage all the time. This is the Tekken 8 way of basically opening someone up because they can't sit there and eat this all day if you look at his health. Eventually, a good player will try and duck, and then you can start doing stuff like Swindler, or eventually you can start doing stuff like fishing for line hard 1 and hoping he ducks, or you can just cancel the stance and go into a low, blah blah blah. Like, you can do stuff like R-back 2, cancel, R-back 2, cancel, QCF 1, blah blah blah. That's a 50-50, but yeah, this is the Tekken 8 way to test your opponent. I don't like playing like this 24/7. It's a bit, in my opinion, well, there's no right or wrong way to play, but it's a bit of like a cancer, stupid way to play. Just ripping stance mix over and over, like you're not actually like, you're not that good in it. But like, yeah, you do have to do this. Like if my opponent is literally just holding back like this and not interacting, I will do duck cancel into like, my offense will start to look a lot like this. Like he just got hit how many times? and he's just holding back because he got guard broken. Then I went for a low, and you're in peekaboo in his face. You can just loop it over and over. 2-1, peekaboo down 1. You can literally just loop this shit and make him make a decision. And then we go back to the first philosophy. Once you built a life lead, let's say we're full health, yeah, and I go back to guard break, 2-1. Look, it's glitched. This is why I don't like the 2 option. I did guard break and I did 2-1 and he blocked it. But yeah, guard break, 2-1. I hit him with a low. He just lost like almost a quarter of his health. Then you can chill out, bro. You just took a risk going for fucking 20 damage after guard break with your 2-1. Now you can chill out. You don't have to overextend and risk your life going for this again, because again, if they duck launch you, you're gonna eat a lot of damage. So yeah, that's the second way, is abusing the stance mix. Eventually they're gonna have to interact. Eventually, that's the point of Lionheart. They have to make a decision, and if they don't, and you have the read and you're brave enough, definitely start chucking these out. I'm not saying you only do this, but yeah, test your opponent out. You can test them with some dart cancels and stuff after, but like yeah, start playing a bit more aggressive. But with your Lionheart pressure, you want to do Lionheart 1 for the most part. This is your best option, full stop, max reward option. Lionheart 2 is a launcher, don't get me wrong. So like yeah, you get a combo, but this is the safest option, and Wolf Splats and the heat engages and it's homing and it's safe. You want to do this for the most part and see like how do they react to this. I like doing Billy Club as well. I'll give you some extra advice. I'll give you a little piece of extra advice to that. I like doing Billy Club as well. A lot of people try to beat this stance with evasive options. So people like Lily like to Matterhorn, Leos like to do down back 3, etc., etc. Some people have like some option selects for Lionheart stance. And Billy Club is just a really good way to check, especially if people do parries, because the string is like a bit delayed. This will beat the parry timing for the most part. Be careful against like Asuka and stuff, because she can hold her parry. But like people like Lee, when they do a Soino, if you do this will be a Soino because it's longer than the parry window, right? So the active frames of the parry would have worn off by then. Or some people just like, they just panic parry. Like Jin players, they might try and parry Lionheart 1, Brian players try and parry blah blah blah. So Billy Club's also a really good option. And again, if you look at the frame situation after Billy Club or back 3-1, at tip range you're 0, and at close range you're -1, bro. So at tip range you're 0. I like to check over 1-2-1 after. Whoops, I like to check over 1-2-1 after, just to like re-establish my offense and like see what they do. But I usually do this into 1-2-1 because not a lot of people know they're only +1 or sometimes neutral on block. So yeah, that's a little extra piece of information you can do, and then a little piece of information you can employ. Sorry. And then on top of that, if you look at his health, this starts chip damage. So again, you have chip damage in Tekken 8, so you can leverage this. So you can start doing shit like this. Stuff like that, right? Again, to check if he's gonna duck. But yeah, that's the second way you can start to open up toes, is abusing the stance mix and playing the Tekken 8 way, which we love, man. Now, the third way which you can open up, or try to open up defensive players, is something that I actually do quite a lot if you watch my streams or you watch my videos, and that is to play the timing game. Now, I am a highly aggressive player, for those of you that know. I press a lot of buttons and I try to enforce my will. But a lot of people think that it's mindless mashing, and they don't really understand why I do it. And I do a lot of like aggressive forward dashes, like you can call it dash blocking. It's not really a dash block because I don't do the forward back like this. I do a Korean forward dash. So imagine your P2 back dash, basically. That's the input. So you're back dashing on P2. It looks like this, obviously, in your opponent's face. This is the equivalent of doing like a wavy, basically, right? Like imagine you're playing Kazuya or Mishima and you're doing a wave dash in their face or whatever. It's the equivalent of doing that. And the reason why I do this is for 2 reasons, right? One, I want to see how my opponent reacts to some forward pressure, and everyone has a different reaction to forward pressure. And number 2 is to get their timing. Do they press after 1 dash? Do they press after 2 dashes? Do they press after 3? Blah, blah, blah. This is a way to gauge like what you're going to do when someone's in your face fishing for back 1, you know what I mean? And again, it also helps you realign as well. So if some people, again, you get in their face and they start to sidewalk, this will help you realign. So you can do stuff like dash into down 4-2, dash into back 1, blah, blah, blah. But we're not here for that. How does this help you open up defensive players? Because again, you're going to suss out their reaction. You can start to make a game plan over this. So you're going to have some people that just stand still. So if I do this and there's just some people literally stand still and they like do what Jin's doing now, I might hit them with a low and say press a button, press a button. A lot of people will end up pressing something in this situation and they don't really have the guys or the confidence to just stand there and say, cool, I'm willing to eat this. They will usually throw out a poke. They'll usually throw out a jab or something, but this is still stuff you can exploit. A lot of people throw a massive launch out. Some people panic and they do like sidestep, hop kick, blah blah blah. Using aggressive forward movement like this and trying to get their timing is a really good tool. I would recommend you dash block though. Don't do what I do. If you're more confident on Steve and you've been playing this game for a long time, you can go for the Korean forward dash, but you have to be careful because the input can be quite weird and you're not actually blocking. Because if you look at my inputs, I'm doing forward, down, forward, forward, down, forward, and it looks like this really fast. I can get hit any time during this basically, right? So if Jin decided to do hop kick there, I was gone. So if you dash block, you're kind of covering your base. This is just really good. So I recommend just dash blocking because at least if they throw something out here, you're safer than doing the Korean forward dash. But yeah, aggressive forward movement. You can put this behind some pokes, obviously. It works really well behind some pokes. So instead of just running your offense like this, I'm going to do that same sequence here, but behind some dash blocks and like sprinkle them in, and you're going to see the difference, right? Whoops, I didn't mean to get forward 4-2. I was meant to be running 2. But you can see how annoying it looks, right? Someone's constantly delaying their pressure and then they go on immediate timing. Yeah, you get a point, right? So yeah, you don't have to do that immediate timing, 1-2, 1-2, duck forward 2, running 2, QCF1, blah blah blah. This is all just to suss out their timing, see how they react when someone's in their face, and this is just another piece of the puzzle to breaking down your opponent. This is one I want everyone to try and game because not a lot of people do this. You don't have to spend the game at range 0, playing like some over-aggressive bastard and doing this over and over. But every now and again, definitely test them out with some aggressive movement, maybe a couple wave dashes, or duck cancels, whatever, and see what they do. Because you can find out a lot about your opponent just off some forward movement, just by staying in their face and kind of just shuffling in their face. You will find out a lot, bro, like a lot. Some people, the second you get in, it's like keep our jab, keep our jab. Some people, the second you get in, they throw out like a big string. And it will tell you a lot. And again, information, we can use that to gauge their timing, right? And find out how they play. So yeah, use this one a lot. This is one of my favorites as a highly aggressive player. Not everyone's going to crumble to simple stuff like running 2 into QCF1. It's going to take a bit more work to open up some good players. So yeah, this is one I use quite a lot if you watch me. And I really like doing this as well. So yeah, man, use that one, bro. Last but not least, and this is a very important one I need everyone to get down, because I don't see any intermediate or low level Steves really abuse this, like what I'm going to tell you. And that is string mind games and string mix-ups. Oh my god, you can dismantle the most defensive players with this shit, bro. Steve is a master at string mix-ups, string mind games, delay timing, blah 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 in his own kit, and people don't abuse this. And what I mean by this is, let me give you a very basic example here. The 1-2-1 string alone is the class A classic in Steve's kit of mind games, right? And you probably mean like, what do I mean by this? A lot of you will be sat there like, oh yeah, I understand 1-2-1. You have 1-2-1-2, 1-2-1 down 2, 1-2-1. None of you abuse this except for the best of the best. And I sit there and I watch a lot of your Steves, man, ranging from very low rank to very high rank. But that's fine. We're not here to talk about the ranks and stuff. Like everyone's at like where they need to be in terms of their own journey. But I'm just here to educate and to try and help. And I'm telling you that this is your ticket, bro, to test your opponent defensively, and your ticket's opening up the most defensive players. And let me demonstrate. So as you know, I'm going to set him to block. Steve has a 1-2-1 string. Comes off his jab string, I-10, blah, 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 -3 on hit, on block, sorry, you already know. 2 main extensions from this. 1-2-1 down 2, 1-2-1-2. This alone is a dirty mind game for your opponent to deal with. If you can employ this right, yeah, and you can use this correctly, it becomes a nightmare to deal with. I promise you, bro. If you're on the receiving end of a Steve who's mixing up his options from this very well, you don't want to be here, man, because you're going to walk onto either a counter hit or the full string eventually. Now, why does this suck for the defender? So I'm going to put Jin towards the wall. So let's say I'm doing 1-2-1 and my opponent's respecting it because he knows back against the wall, if I do 1-2-1-2, that's a wall splat, my boy. Oops. He knows if I wall splat him here, he's probably cooked, right? He's going to eat a full combo, blah, 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 big damage, all that stuff. You've seen this before, obviously, right? And he's just thinking, cool, I'm going to let him go crazy. I'm not going to duck. He's looking for 1-2-1-2 to wall splat me. This is still in your favor, Steve, because look, you can do 1-2-1 into stance, 1-2-1 into peekaboo, 1-2-1 into flicker, 1-2-1 into ducking, 1-2-1 down 2, which is a low. If he doesn't react to this, he gets clipped with a low and you're +1. Go back to option 2 that I spoke about. Go for the guard break and start looping offense again. You just nipped away at his health, you broke his guard, you hit him with a couple lows, yeah, and he's in the same situation at the wall. You can just loop this shit again. Single jab, 1-2-1, test him, 1-2-1, 1-2-1. You can start to mash on your own minus frames and disrespect him. Now he might try and go for like a high crush or something, right? On after your 1-2-1 timing, sorry. If he tries to go for like a high crush in between, you rip the full string. If he tries to duck in between, you rip the full string. If he tries to step in between, you rip the full string, blah blah blah. It's just a really disgusting mind game to be a part of. Now, the way you would abuse this is you need to use the extension sparingly or when you have information. You should be doing 1-2-1 and leaving it at that, yeah, for the most part. This is how you condition your opponent. You don't get in game and just start doing this and all of this shit. No, because you're probably going to get mid-checked out of it. This is super delayed timing stuff, and this is like layer 2, layer 3 gameplay. Like, there's a reason to go for all this stuff. If they're sat there respecting all of this, then you go crazy. You can do some lows if you want, or you can do what I do, you can do something a bit bigger, go for a guard break, etc. if they're respecting all of it. But the point being, 1-2-1 is a string mind game, and you can use that to open people up. Yeah, you have to abuse the mind game and understand how it works. He has 1,010,000 strings like this. Back 1-2-1 or back 1-2, same thing. High level players will duck this all the time. Every single time, bro. High level players will duck this. How can you abuse this? Back 1-2-1. Swindler, counter hit launcher, bang. Again, I'll play against the most defensive moguls of all time. They're ducking everything. They're ducking down forward 1-2, duck punish. They're ducking down forward 1-2-1, duck punish. So what do? I'm thinking, cool. You're just playing defense. You're not even trying to interact with me. You're just looking for a duck launcher. Brother, hold that Swindler, man. Hold that. This is a really good one to get in your arsenal as well. And then back 2-1 as well. If they don't duck this, and again, they're willing to eat this, Lionheart mix. Now be careful with this though. I'm going to show you something in the back 2-1. You're only +3, meaning you can get jabbed out of this. Let me record it. You're only +3 here, so Lionheart 1 isn't guaranteed, but you can use this against your opponent, and I'll show you how. So if I do back 1-2, oh, that shouldn't happen. We should trade. I'm mashing 1 on immediate timing. Whoops. Amazing. Yeah, okay. You see I can get jabbed out of this on block, right? Well, you're probably thinking, oh, well, this sucks, right? Well, no. If you know your opponent knows this, this is another mind game. This is another layer. Again, this is the beauty of Steve. This is why I love Steve, bro. Because when you break someone down, you know you probably done something right. You either got his timing, or you made a good read, or you got some information. If your opponent knows that this isn't guaranteed Lionheart 1 and they're jabbing, you can fucking blow them up for this shit, man. Well, not with Snake Charmer, but you can blow them up for this shit. Duck launcher under the high. Now, if he starts mid-checking you, you rip Lionheart 1. So if he starts mid-checking you, I-13 is too slow because remember, Lionheart 1 comes out I-14 and you're +3, meaning you only have 1 frame of leniency. The only thing that will beat you is a jab. If he does a mid-check, he's cooked. You can't mid-check this. Now you're probably thinking, and then let's say your opponent, yeah, he gets sick of this. He's been trying to mid-check you, he gets hit with Lionheart 1. He's been trying to jab-check you, you've been going under, duck 2. If he starts respecting this and doing nothing, I mean, you know what I'm going to do, bro. Guard break him. This character thrives heavily off of information. Heavily off information, cycling your options well, and mental stacking your opponent. Like, this string is great. And then on top of this, if he starts ducking, let's say you've been putting him in the blender with this, you've been doing back 1-2, he's had enough and he's trying to duck launch you, you've got the Swindler to cover that as well. So please abuse the string mix-ups and the mind games of Steve. I can't stress this enough. This should even be number 1, bro. Like, you have to do this. You can do this at down 2-1, down 2-1-2. I spoke about this at the start. But another example is the down forward 1 series. So again, I see a lot of Steves get into game, round 1, they have no information and they're doing this. You are asking to die, man. At high level, you're asking to die. This is a 30 frame extension, man. It's very slow and people will look out for this and they will either interrupt you. One more hit and punish. Whoops. We'll just set him to do like 2-1 or something, right? But you can get interrupted out of this if they're quick enough. Let's do 2-4 even. That's good. As you can see, he's 2-4ing me out of this. I'm cooked. But what you should be doing and how you would employ this and what's the word I'm looking for? Condition your opponent. You should always be doing single down forward ones at first. This move is godlike, man. Just down forward one, man. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. This is all fancy stuff for when the layer 1 gameplay is getting beaten. Layer 1, for anyone that doesn't know, layer 1 is like your baseline gameplay. If they're dealing with that, you go to layer 2. That's where the mind games come in. This is why Tekken is sick, because there's a million layers. If they're dealing with your layer 1, with this, which is this, like you're just doing down forward 1 and they're not biting, they're not pressing. You're doing down forward 1 into 1-2-1, you're trying to mash and they're checking you. You're doing down forward 1 into weave and he's beating your weave with a homing button or a low. You go to layer 2. You should do your single down forward ones first and see how they react. I like to do 2 down forward ones, so I do down forward 1 into down forward 1, see what they do. Some people will respect this, which is fine. If they respect it, you can just go crazy. Like I said, test them out. Some people will try and mash. If they mash, you can just do down forward 1 into weave. Again, you have a lot of options. It's dependent on what your opponent does. If your opponent is kind of taking his turn on delayed timing, this is where this comes into clutch. If they're not immediately, if they're kind of respecting this and then they're trying to jab, this is going to hit them. Let me try and demonstrate with a recording. Let me record this again. We'll do like a delayed jab with Jin. This should be good enough. Like that timing, that looks quite fast, right? But down forward 1-2-1 is going to hit him. As you can see. Again, you have to be, it's on you as a Steve though, to know this in game. Like that's a delayed jab, bro. Like that's it looked as if I was going to get interrupted, but no, look. As you can see, he's getting counter hit, so you have to be wary in game though. Like it's on the Steve to know. Like there's actually a lot of information to open up your opponent or counter hit them. But a lot of players are just so fixated on the fucking all of this bullshit and this fucking Albatross 2 into Outback 3 and all of this stuff, like all of this surface level shit. Like this is okay at low rank, so when they don't know the matchup, don't get me wrong. But you will not get far if your offense is just a bunch of this into this line QCF1 into weave every situation. Like you're gonna beat some scrubs, yeah, but you're gonna hit a wall very fast. Like you have to understand the mind games behind his pokes, how to employ them, when to finish a string, when to not finish a string, when to mash on your own frames, when to play solid, etc. And I hope this video is able to basically give you some insight. I'm gonna end with an advanced one. This ain't even advanced, bro. It kind of is. You see the gem I'm gonna drop in it? The gem I'm about to drop, listen, yeah. If you don't fucking subscribe after getting this gem, yeah, I swear to God, like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do, man. I'll never stream again or something. But yeah, cool. So I want to show you guys how to abuse, yeah, down to 1 and its extensions. Mainly down to 1 forward 2. This is godlike. So fucking good. It only loses to high crush, yeah. So some people when they see you do down to 1, they go for like a high crush straight away to beat it. But this you can just do down to 1, that cancel and block it. But yeah, a lot of people they mash into this on cooldown, and a lot of Steves don't know how to deal with this or why they get mashed out. Blah blah blah. I'm about to give you man the source on how to counter hit with this every time. You can basically counter hit confirm this, right? Or like you can hit confirm this shit basically every time. I'm gonna show you how in it. So boom. As you can see, I've got Jin to block in it. He's blocking everything in it. If I do down to 1, duck cancel, the first hit will land because he's not blocking low. Second hit will get blocked because obviously the second hit's a mid and he's standing up. Leaves me a -4, okay? I'm going to try and do that extension at -4 and you're going to see what's going to happen to me. I'm going to set him to mid check me. We'll just do forward 4 in it. Boom. Big counter hit launcher in it. We'll just do forward 4 and you're going to see what happens, okay? Oh? Oh, it's not on punish, excuse me. Okay. Okay, I died, didn't I? We'll do another extension. I died. We'll do another extension. I died. We'll do another extension. I died. The only thing you could do here is down 2-1-2. That will counter hit launch him, but this is quite committal, as you know, right? I died. Okay. So you're thinking, alright, well, what are you trying to show me, right? The way you would confirm this string is if you're in game. Now down 2-1's the label as well. I just wanna point that out. If you're in game and the second hit connects. Why is he blocking? Stop bullying me. There we go. So cool. When you're in game, you want to look for that second hit to connect. That's why delaying it sometimes is really good because a lot of people will see the delay and they press. If the second hit connects, rip the string. Dark 4-2 specifically. This is I-15. At +2, it becomes I-13, meaning I-13 and slower, it will beat. Or trade, whatever. It's going to trade on the 13th frame, obviously, and then it will be, right? We are going to demonstrate. Let's go down for 1, it's even faster. Yo. So down forward 1, Jhin is I-13. Dark forward 2 is I-15 and I'm +2. We should hit each other at the same time, but he's going to get counter hit launch and I get down forward 1. Lo and behold. Oh. Why is he blocking? Is there a reason why he's blocking? Is that an approach? Oh, hold on. Yeah, there we go, there we go. I thought I was going crazy. Why is he blocking the second hit? I was thinking, bro, you're messing up the fucking demonstration. But yeah, cool. As you can see, when that second hit lands, we trade. Exactly what I said. But I eat a down forward 1, he gets counter hit launched. That's dark, bro. That's dark. If your opponent isn't aware of this in game and they're just mashing into this, you can blow them up every time. Now, if they jab though, be careful if they jab, because look, I'm going to set him to jab, okay? So jab will beat out this option, but obviously if you know Steve, you'll know that you can just go under the jab or you can weave. Whoops. Yeah, this becomes viable again, right? But yeah, if they're jabbing to beat this, it's stupid because that's not real. Go under and launch him. But good opponents will mid-check this in there. We'll set him to do forward 4. Forward 4 was beating us on block. Forward 4 will no longer beat us. That's a counter hit launch, as you can see. So yeah, all of this ties into how to open up turtles. Again, some people will not press and they will wait for you to do a low, like a down 2-1, and they check you with a mid. That's how you get around that. Again, it's still string mix-up stuff and it's still how to beat defensive players. If your opponent is going guns blazing into down 2-1 and your string extensions, then just let them rip and you'll catch him. But yeah, some people, if you have enough information, you've been watching how he's been taking his turn back, you can abuse down 2-1 against them and you can blow them up for it. But yeah, I hope that was concise. I hope that gave you some stuff to take away. And like I said at the start, remember, one of Steve's key weaknesses is dealing with turtles anyway, so it is going to be difficult regardless of who you fight. But those are the 4 main techniques I use, and I'm God 1 rank. So if I can do it, you can do it. I started playing last year, and I just mash. So if I can do these and open up defensive players, you guys can in it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said at the start, let me know what you want to see more from me. Let me know if you enjoyed. Let me know if you found this helpful. And yeah, man, it's been your boy Sega, man. I'll catch you next time, man. I appreciate the support, bro. Peace, peace, peace.